Grand Rising, Elizabeth. My name is Omani Grace, and I'd like to welcome you to the show today, January the 19th, 2023. And today our topic of discussion will be the power to make the impossible happen. And so welcome everybody. Good morning, everybody looking so beautiful.
Grand Rising.
Grand
Rising.
Grand Rising. So I'm going to bring an element into, let's all take a deep breath together 3 times, holding on 2 and then releasing with a sigh so we all can come together in one mind in this conversation, okay? So let's take a deep breath together starting now. Just hold for 2. Just feel the energy coming down through your feet, releasing the day. Let's sigh it out. Good morning. Let's wake up our body. Let's take another deep breath together. And releasing, sighing it out, sending our roots, our energy down into the earth. Being in touch with Mother Earth, grounding ourselves, feeling ourselves sink down into our chair. Just sink on in, get ready for the ride this morning. And one more deep breath together. So, this morning, this is what I'm talking about when I say Holy Spirit lead the way. It's like I would still go through an angel card. Holy Spirit was like, no, throw this card over here. So I'm throwing from the African Goddess Rising deck. And we're just going to get one card to get us going. I guess I'm with the goddesses this morning. And the angel's been up early this morning. Oh man, that's so hot. Okay, I turned the card that I pulled is Desire. Desire. Let's see what Desire has to say. You know what? This is like really awesome this morning. I am so nervous for some reason. So something is about to happen because I'm really nervous and usually I am not.
We got you covered. You all good.
You know, because somehow, you know how you still, like in teaching people, I still think that I can mess it up or give the wrong information. And, you know, that's not like really the truth.
That's true.
Right. Right. So, but I get nervous because, you know, I want to deliver correctly. Right. Okay. Yeah. So this is a triple moon goddess of the Ashanti tribe, the goddess of desire. The temple of conjurers. Okay. So yeah, an element of air, which is Libra, right? Yeah. So Ngame is the triple moon goddess of the Ashanti. Every new day, this mother goddess rebirths the sun, shooting life into us with her moon bow, her lunar rays illuminating soul. She illuminates souls. Ooh, okay. So this is about our desires being fulfilled. Do you guys know?
Picture, Reverend?
Sorry?
Is there a picture, the card? Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Desire.
Reverend Omani, yes. This is so on task with your topic today. You know, I was just going to ask you, is this a new you from Egypt? Like you went to Egypt, but the new you emerged.
Yeah, I didn't. Who went to Egypt is not who came back.
That okay, but in the card, it's speaking to that renew the topic. It's with the topic. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The topic is how to. Okay, so like just a little bit about me. Okay, so I'm single, never been married, no kids. So in my world, I'm living the life. No responsibilities. I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it. I'm rolling. Life is good, right? And so So that's how I live my life. But then when my mom passed, everything got shook up, right? And I wouldn't deal with it. It was too painful. I'm like, if I deal with this pain, I'm gonna die for sure. Right. And so I wouldn't deal with it. And by the time I got around to dealing with it, my emotions had become toxic. And so then I was just messed up because I couldn't make anything happen. I was at the height of my power. I could say it could happen. I was magical, had a tribe of people behind me, could get things done massively. And, and then just lost it all, lost everything. Right. But however, I lost it all, but the conversation God brought me, like the impossible into possible, the conversation God gave me to bring into existence is the conversation for wealth consciousness. Right? And it is an impossible conversation. It's like, how do you get people to get that they are already wealthy? And actually come from there, be from there, and actually be wealthy, have the money to do what they want to do, go where they want to go, with, make it happen, right? So that's the conversation I was given. And I didn't understand the task when I first got it. I didn't understand what was really going on. So most of my journey was about what? You want me to do what? Tell people what? Well, who am I to tell somebody when I haven't done it myself? So I had to learn to really listen to God, because I don't know. Omani Grace don't know, but God knows. And so I had to really learn how to listen and how to bring that conversation to in existence. And it amazes me, you guys, because it's actually happening around me, right? The people who come and hang around with me for any period of time, because it takes time. Your flower ain't gonna grow overnight. It's not gonna be right there. But if you hang around with me with that's why Lucretia here this morning. Lucretia get off at 2:00 in the morning, y'all. She like, we doing what? You want me to co-host what with you? Okay, I'm right there with you, right? And because we're doing it, and it takes people a minute to trust that from nothing, because it's coming from nothing, lost everything to something, right? And people like, okay, even in reading the Course of Miracles, people will read with me, but after one read, they were out of there. And then I had a coach, and the coach asked me, what do people do after they read the Course of Miracles with you? I'm like, they run like hell. Because it ain't no joke. And I ain't no joke. I ain't no joke, right? And so then I really start to think about that. But now I have people who done read with me 3 times, 4 times, 2 times, people are reading with me consistently. So I'm actually building up momentum. But then the strange things happen, because in the burning bowl this time, I've had people who, I do vision boards every year. I have people who have done vision boards with me every year. I'm setting up to do the vision boards, but this time it's a whole new crew of people. I'm like, well, where all these new people come from? Oh, right. And it's, how do you get a group of people to be of one mind, a mastermind, right? And so that's the thing to abundance, because when 2 or more are gathered in my name. So it's like, see, this is what I'm talking about spirit. See, I'm supposed to be talking about one thing, how spirit and start talking about something else. You see how that go? Spirit talking about something else right now. Okay, but how to, we talking about masterminding now, but how to get people in that one mind, because when you're masterminding with somebody, you got to have people who are clear in their thinking, clear in their speaking, because your dream, your desire is a seed. Somebody can have a negative thought or not think that you can accomplish that there is for you to accomplish, or what you're holding a space for, and your dream deferred.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't hang out with my critical conversations with just anybody. Right. Because, for a long time I kept going, why I can't get nowhere? Why I can't get nowhere? Anybody ever did muscle testing? Muscle testing where when you do the muscle testing where, you have the people in the room think really negative thoughts about the person. And then they come back in and they muscle test the person, and everything is weak. Everything is weak because everybody is thinking something negative. So every time they muscle test the person, it's weak. It's weak. But then they have the person go back out and they tell the group to think only positive, empowering thoughts. So no matter when the person comes back in and get muscle tested and they try to push it, they can't because they're strong. But that's because everybody is thinking positive, uplifting thoughts about them. So they can't be moved in their desire. So it's the same way in manifesting your dreams. You got to have people who are for you, who are committed to you, who want you to have it more than you want. Those are the kind of people you got to have around you, right? To get something done. So that's been the quest. That's been the quest to actually, how do you get those people and how do you sustain that conversation and have it be a conversation that's viable where people can really get it? It's our access to wealth consciousness. And wealth consciousness is more than money. It's being wealthy spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but if you are wealthy spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, it can't do nothing but, because physical is it's the densest, it's the hardest thing to bring into manifestation, something solid. Because spirit is ethereal. It's in the woo-woo, right? But when you want something physical, it takes a different kind of thinking, a different kind of bringing forth to have it happen. So it takes practice, and you got to know the rules of manifesting. If I ask you, what are the rules to manifesting? Most people don't know. It's a crapshoot. What's the rules to manifesting, y'all?
Well, for me, it's about really feeling, not just thinking this is the case, but that you feel it. You really feel it deeply. I think that's my take.
Okay,
and
good.
Okay, all right.
No. Feeling is a absolute big part of it. And that's just one aspect of it, feeling it. That's one aspect of it. Because see, this is the thing about feeling. Your emotions got to be balanced.
Yeah.
If you can feel all you want to, but if your emotions is negative, you're gonna feel something negative right into your life.
That's right.
Right.
That's true. That's right.
Yeah. So you got to be balanced in your emotions in the feeling part of it.
Yes.
Right. So that piece. And people don't really know that. And you can't, because if you 50-50 feeling, sometimes you feel good and sometimes you gotta be on that high vibration.
Yes.
You gotta keep it on that high vibration, right? And it's not an inauthentic vibration, like you pretending like you all geeked. You can't do that one either. You can't do that one either. It has to be authentic from the soul, from the spirit, from the heart, that way, right?
That's true. That's right.
Yep. So what other ways do you guys put in place when you want to manifest?
Knowing.
I'm sorry?
Knowing. Like, for instance, when I ask God for something, I don't want to have any doubt that I will get my answer.
Okay.
So I need to know that it's going to manifest.
Okay, but so now that's really good, Star, because this goes back to the subject, because you're trying to make the impossible possible. You don't know. You've never done it before. You don't know how to do it. There can be doubt in that. I don't know why my phone, hold on, you guys, I gotta get my phone. Can you hear, when you say, so I can get the part about no doubting, but when you practice enough, that won't even be part of the conversation. What we're going to talk about today is where you got to stand, because if doubts show up, you got to control, alt, delete that immediately. Nope, delete. So that's the thinking process. So but I really you got to know that you know that you know. Okay, Mama Hedda says, focus, don't get attached to the end result, change your belief system, stop complaining. And okay, good. So that's good. And when you're manifesting, it's like, put that, okay, I got to go in here and find it. Mama Head, that's the first class. That's like manifesting one-on-one. But when you become a master manifester, you know that you got to focus. That's already like the knowing part.
Right. That's the foundation.
Yeah, what you're talking about is the basics, the foundations. That piece got to be in, because if you don't have what you just said even in there, you're not even in the game yet.
You got to change your circles of people you're around as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna lead the class like this because this is how it's going. That is so true. That came up for me this morning and putting it together. Tony, because when it's talking about different people of power and how they operate, right? So Tony, one of the things I read, I'm reading Bill Proctor, and it's a part of Secrets of a Millionaire Mind too, where he talks about you. This is really deep. You're only going to have as much money as the 5 people that you hang around with the most have. You're not going to have no more money than them. So, so immediately I started going, no, that's not going to be my main crew, right? Because if you start to really look at who's in your main crew, you start to go, okay, no wonder I ain't got no money because ain't none of us vibing high enough.
Or the vibe is real different. Like you can sit and talk with them, but you don't hang with them outside of your little circle. You don't.
No, yeah, right? Because, okay, so Bob Proctor and Tony Robinson. Bob Proctor, they're doing the same, and Tony Robbins, they're doing the same thing. But Tony Robbins was making way more money than Bob Proctor. He was like, wait, man, we're doing the same thing. How come he making way more money than me? He had a conversation with Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins asked him, who are the five people that you hang out with the most? And Tony Robinson was hanging out only with millionaires and multimillionaires. So guess what? His vibration was raised that high. Right? Now, when I first started this conversation, I was hanging out with millionaires, but I was hanging out with millionaires who had made the money but lost the money. They had made millions, so they had the millionaire blueprint. They already had the blueprint, but they didn't have the blueprint to keep the money. Right? And so that's really critical. And that's where the spiritual piece come in. And when I look at the people that I was hanging out with who had made the millions and lost it, their spiritual piece was not intact. And that's one of the main things about manifesting. You can make the money, but if you're not totally committed and connected to God, you'll lose the money because the mindset, the blueprint, right? That's how come you got the Michael Jacksons, the Whitney Houstons, the Kate Spades, the Robin Williams. You got all of them because they got the money, but their spiritual mindset was not tight. It's taken me a long time because God had got like, I don't trust you because I like shiny and bling blings. And I'll be like, God, wait a minute. I'll be right back. I see that over there. It's like a shiny job over there. You see that? I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go check that out, but I'll be right back. God, it's like, God, no, he give me a shiny car. Listen, last year, my vision board said, ready, set, play. I started playing and playing. I never did do no more vision board events, nothing. I was too busy playing. See, guys, that's why I can't give you something. Forgot about the people that left them. I would check in like this. How y'all vision boards doing? Good. Okay, keep going. And I would keep playing. But so that's my mission. My mission is to really stay close to God as I guide myself and others through. So that's what I want to say. So anything, because I know Sheila don't like for you to talk all the time, but anything else about manifesting, y'all?
I think when the times and when I know I manifested it, I set the intention and that's the way it was going to be. And then I let it go. And then it happened.
Okay, set the intention. So that's what we're going to actually work on, because when I actually start doing this work of putting it together, like when it comes to, like I noticed in the Burning Bowl, people release some stuff that like big time. That was huge. But then when I really started looking at you guys, it's like so many layers of releasing. Why? Because nobody has ever really taught us how to release, right? We still got to deal with our inner child. And mama had be tapping on it all the time, the inner child. She'd be tapping on that door all the time, right? But it's when I really start to look, it's a lot of work to do in there to examine, to I go, okay, I don't want to do that. That's a real long thing, right? And then like you got the inner child you got to deal with. You got to deal with your belief system. and how to break down your belief system. So
Mhm.
when it comes, you got to really learn how to powerfully deal with your inner conversations. It's not so much what you're seeing on the outside, it's what you're seeing on the inside that you don't never say to nobody.
Right.
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 Those are the conversations that you got to really, really deal with. Right. So I'm going, okay, but from the conversation we had yesterday, this is how come I'm just going to follow the conversation. So there's just some congruency. I can really see where Holy Spirit led me to this conversation today. And it really comes down to the power to make it happen. So we're going to get into some of this a little bit because I just want to see what you guys think about this stuff. Okay.
Okay. I wanted to
Okay.
share
Okay,
this
good. Go ahead,
book. I
Deirdre.
wanna see it. I don't know. It's called The Mental Equivalent by Emmett Fox. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. So this speaks to manifestation all the time because it really comes down to how we think and how we feel. You know, you can
Yes.
have thought I am divine, but if you feel like quote unquote crap and you think, then you feel that, you know, that what does that mean? You just saying words, you know, and sometimes we can say stuff, you know, the greatest words, but we don't feel it. And we wonder why things not happening, you know.
Because if you're using it as an affirmation, affirmations do not work
Right.
because you're putting icing on the mud pie. Because
Exactly.
how you feel on the inside is one way, but now you want to say all these beautiful words and that cross current be going, girl, you know, good, well, you ain't divine and awesome and extraordinary. You just need to shut up. Right. Go ahead. So the thing, Deirdre, is to work with that, like how to work with that. I was reading something the other day, and it's like if you really start to feel your cross current, you go, "Ooh, that feels terrible." But then, what would you want to say that would counteract that? But say, and then you go, "Oh, that feels so good." So then you actually get to drop that conversation that doesn't feel good and bring forth the conversation that you can hold on to that's powerful and move you forward.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so to give you those techniques so you can actually in your daily life start to use them, because my whole quest is that we're alchemists, that we'll be able to look at anything no matter how it looks and turn it into gold in our
Yes.
thinking.
Yes.
In our thinking. Okay.
Mama had something you want to say?
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Deirdre.
I was thinking deeply about the activation, actually, the actual doing of the whatever it is you are seeking to manifest. But I had a question. You said about the affirmations that they kind of get whatever, but if you're in a state of blue or down, affirmations don't help you think about things in a different way to get out of that. That's not a pull up and get out of that blah for an affirmation.
Yeah, but it's a pull up, but it don't stick.
Okay, but it's not a part of the manifestation. That's a part of something else.
It's to get you the point so you can manifest.
Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
But if you're saying those things and then 5 minutes later you right back to you dealing with a cross current on the inside, right. You didn't really get nowhere.
That's like how depression works. You happy one minute, then you sad the next. You know, it's the cycle. That's a cycle. That's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, I like my affirmations, but I get what you're saying. I got it.
Right. And like what I'm gonna talk about tonight, because yesterday what kept coming up in the conversation a lot, and it comes up in the conversation a lot, is be, do, have. So be, do, have. So we're gonna just step into the beginning of really getting access to be, do, have. That's what this conversation is about today. So the thing about it is
conversation. Has her hand up when you get a moment.
Who?
No, I don't want her to stop because the Holy Spirit's flowing. What I have to say, wait, go.
Okay, because I lost it just there. Okay, so the be, do, have piece, right? Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. These conversations, I have to set you up to even be in the conversation. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I just can't start having the conversation with you. I got to set you up so you have a listening for what I'm saying, right? Some people on here have done landmark education and some people haven't. So the people who have, Y'all are fine. Mostly I have to speak to the people who have not, so that they can be in the understanding of what we're really talking about here. Because then that's how I got chills all over. That's how we all get on the same page.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right? Because otherwise, the ones who have done landmark and understand this tech conversation, we just become smart rats because we start to kick out the terms and kick out the terminology, but everybody is not in the listening of that, and you lose people. Does it make
Right.
sense?
Yes, it
Make sense,
does.
y'all? Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
So-
excuse me.
So this is the setup for us to get into the conversation of be, do, and have, right? And so I'm a talk, but if you guys have questions, just stop me and we'll have it, because this is the learning part. So it says this: the power that brought you to your current position, wherever you are in your life, your current status in life, is the source of success from the past. It is now preventing you from making the impossible happen in your life, in your work, in your business, right? So the success that you had from the past won't work for the success that you're trying to create in the future, right? Because it's just the past being repeated, right? Not from a clean slate. And we have to remember, we are the leaders and in charge of reinventing and recreating our life. Before you can successfully reinvent or recreate your life, your community, your neighborhood, you must first acquire a kind of power, the power to consistently make the impossible happen. And when I was reading about this and really getting this together, I think about Queen Aduni. She'll just have an idea and she'll just go try to do it. And have another idea and go try to do it. Okay, I got this project now. Go try to do it. Like the impossible, like the sister yesterday,
Mama Shu.
Mama Shu. That's an impossible dream she doing. That's how come we was all so inspired yesterday, because it was an impossible dream coming into fruition. That's how come we got so excited about it. And she's consistently someone who's making the impossible happen. I done bought this lot, I done bought this house, I done bought the 2 houses over there, I'm building this and and I got this much money. She's consistently making it happen. Says, and the absence of this kind of power is what makes up an ever-growing number of organizations that fail. You start to fail if you're not constantly looking at how can I reinvent, recreate myself. You keep trying to put a new self in an old wine flask, right? And I have that book, The Mental Equivalency. I can't see it right now, but I have that book, Deidre. And Emmett Fox is a premier person in this conversation for abundance and prosperity. So I've read several of his books, right? Okay, so the pathway to this new power of making the impossible possible is to completely and intentionally reinvent yourself, to recreate yourself, put at risk the success you have become for the possibility of making the impossible happen. So, but to this point, we've all had a monicum of success. Now we got to put all that aside, and that takes courage to put the success that you are as a dancer, Mama had, put that aside and go, okay, now how can I reinvent myself as a dancer? That you be like, well, what? Well, why? You can hear all the conversations that will come up. Like, okay, if I want to take my dance to the next level, what would I have to do? Because that's where we immediately go. So there are millions of people who generally want to make something happen, and frequently everyone else, almost everyone else. I just need to relax. And okay, so let me start over. There are millions of people who generally want to make something happen that they and frequently everyone else consider impossible. What do you want to make happen in your life that you consider, oh, I don't know how I could do that. That's impossible. Give me a couple of people tell me what would be impossible for you to do. That what you would love to do, but how it occurs for you is that's impossible. Queen Aduni, what's impossible for you right now?
Oh my God.
That's a deep question. You got to go to the impossible space to even find the question.
Okay,
And the answer.
because that's what we're about to do. We're about to tap into what it takes to go to the next level of what's possible.
What do I think is impossible?
Okay,
Okay, so
okay. So because I think big, and I, like I was saying about this building and what I want to do for the whole world and the city of arts and the linking everyday extraordinary people and empowering businesses, so on, blah, 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 blah. But here's the but. I want to take a class with Claudette that only costs $300. And I'm struggling with how I'm thinking and everything else on that little thing.
yes.
Yet I know the possibility and that it can be done. And God reminds me, I got you into a 90,000 square foot building without you paying a dime, and they gave you the keys.
Mhm.
But here I am in this right now, got to make a decision. Do I pay this or do I do this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where that is.
That's really good. That's really good. And I love you, Queen of Doing, because you will tell the truth. And I love that about you. It's like however it is, you just will say it. And that's how you will get it, because you're willing to say that and get that out of your way publicly. Because once you do, your ego can't continue to hold you hostage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. And for me, what I find impossible is, and I don't even want to say impossible, but I want to, and I will, see the illusion of things. It seems like, finding the balance between reality and illusion. Many times I read that, half of the stuff that we're dealing with is an illusion, but it seems so real to me, so I want to see, eliminate the illusion stuff, so that's me. That's what I want to get.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's really good. That's really good, because I'll have you come from a different place of thinking all the time.
Yes.
If there's no illusions. Okay.
Right.
Mama Hat, you want to say something?
It's all. Bridget ready.
Okay, good. Okay, I can see you. Okay, Bridget, what's impossible? Or
For
what do
me,
you feel powerless to do?
I'm kind of in the middle of it.
Okay.
And what each conversation, each time we meet, you help me move a little forward. I'm in the middle of a reinvention. I'm smack dead in the middle of it, of leaving a career I've worked for 25 years that I can walk in, sit down to this desk and do it with my eyes closed.
Yes.
Walking into a completely new profession as an event stylist and decor stylist and doing that, learning floral design, but at the same time, having had a conversation with someone last week of out of a conversation who was a former banker who started talking to me about, in addition to the companies that you were in the midst of creating and that you created, have you thought about creating a nonprofit? And my mind, it was like a metal to metal seize and it froze. And I was like, let me think on that. I'm not sure. So this conversation of creating the impossible and reinvention, to me, in my mind, that's almost the impossible of how do you create that nonprofit and make these businesses successful, not just successful for, hey, it's good for 1 or 2 years, but that they have that growth and that they leave a legacy.
Longevity.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, So for me, Mama Money, I'm the reason why thank you, Bridget, because I really appreciate you sharing that and everybody that shared. I get stuck at the word impossible because I felt like once I had Isis, once I gave birth to my daughter, I felt like there's nothing I can't do. I really felt like that. So that's why I'm sitting with that. And then I'm thinking impossible. I feel like it's impossible to go to Claudette's class because I want to make my daughter is getting ready to finish college. And I want to focus on that. She don't have no bills. And I just want to get through this semester. And I said, I want to make sure I keep things here, focused here so we can accomplish that goal. And as opposed to, you know, because I could take Claudette's class at another time, maybe if it's offered again. I don't know.
Okay, so y'all got to get, those are like the basic questions for me and my commitment inside of this whole wealth consciousness conversation. You know, when I started off in my ministry, I had a coach, right? And he had us create our purpose for my ministry, right? And like Queen Aduni was talking about the big dream, right? Well, my dream was to take Black women on healing retreats around the world, to go to the 7 wonders of the world and go meditate and, you know, go to the pyramids and go to the pyramids in Mexico. Then I got, shoot, I don't even have to go to Mexico. I could go down to the hot springs in Arkansas, and then we could go in the caves and go caving for our own crystals, right? It's like, so could we go to Sedona? I mean, it's happening over there, right? Y'all know about Sedona, Arizona?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
We could go to Sedona. I mean, you know, but the people who I love to hang out with, okay, well, we got to get some money if we go do that.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to be going places and going with a whole bunch of people I don't know. And then quote unquote, okay, here I go, a whole bunch of white people.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because they're the ones with the disposable income. Right, to do those kinds of things, right? So then I that's where the wealth consciousness conversation came in for me. It's like, okay, we need to really shift our mindset, because if we shift our mindset, then the money will be there.
Right.
So totally, you know, okay, Claudette's class $400 for real, y'all. Like, come on, you're just like, okay, what? Okay, so okay, I'm getting very excited because something like the work that I've done is all coming together like a puzzle. This thing is
Yeah.
like a puzzle, or it's like a combination, 20 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the, you got to know the combination. And so I feel my, like the hairs, the bumps on my arms coming up, because I'm clear I got the combination, but if I get the right people to work the combination powerfully, it's what Abraham Hicks calls the vortex. We'll go straight to it.
Yes, yes. I love Abraham.
Yes.
Abraham.
You go straight through the vortex.
Right.
I really don't want to
You
go
know,
though.
Mama Evelyn wanted to say something.
Okay, Mama Evelyn, wait a minute, hold on. Mama had, what you say?
Oh, I said it. I said I don't think I really want to go to the class. I think that's really what part of it is. I really don't.
Oh, okay, so wait a minute now, come on.
I do and I don't.
Okay, so if you do and you don't, you won't.
Right. So I'm not.
You can't be cross purposes.
Right. I don't. I just
Okay,
realized
then.
I really don't want.
Yeah,
I'm on a
and
mission. I'm on a mission.
okay, good. And I want to talk about that because you could have more than one mission. Evelyn, what do you want to say?
Mama Evelyn? Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Together.
Okay, so come on, boo. Listen, Evelyn, this is what I want you to know. I got you. I don't know what my mission is with you, but I got you. Because I know. I know
Breathe,
that.
Mama. Breathe and breathe.
Do this one. Look at me, Evelyn. Do this one. Open your mouth and let it out. Let it out all the way out like a balloon. Let all that air out. Let that out. Yep. I
think where I'm stuck is there's so much.
Yes.
It's the diet, it's the exercise, it's the dealing with the spirit and knowing that that's where everything comes from.
Yes.
And
Yes.
feeling that things have to be a certain way. Like, you know, my altar right now is in the closet, but maybe I should make space for it out here. And just so much that I want to do, so many things in so many places. So that's why when all of you talk about the books you've read, it's like I used to be an avid reader, but it wasn't anything of consequence. But that was when I was younger, and it's so difficult for me to sit down and read and
Yeah.
comprehend and remember what it is I read. And so sometimes it's so much, and you guys keep me focused and accountable, which is something I've never had. I've had free reign to do whatever I wanted to do all my life. I really had.
Right.
I didn't have parents telling me you should and you need and you know, they just let me be. So right now, at 68 years old, I'm wondering how this cross current talk, how the hell are you gonna get everything together, Evelyn? How the hell are you gonna be able to move your body like Mama Het and just feel like you're really moving? And how are you gonna have that spiritual life that Reverend Omani has, and that Queen Aduni has, and that Danny have that?
Okay, I'm stopping you
Power.
right there. I'm stopping you right there. I'm stopping you right there, because guess what? You only can have what Evelyn has. And Evelyn has a lot.
Mhm.
So don't be looking over here at us. We only want you to look at you and honor you. Love on you. Now you need to give yourself a hug right now, because you done went too far beating yourself up.
And
Now
we're
give
gonna
yourself-
hug,
Amen.
we're hugging
okay, give
you.
yourself a hug.
And
That's
we
right.
all are hugging you. We
Right.
are
And tell
all hugging
yourself, no worries. We're gonna be
Look at us, Mama Evelyn. Look at us. Look at us. Be with us. Be with us. Don't hide it. Hug yourself.
you. Mhm.
Don't hide it.
right.
Can I
We're
just
gonna be all
share?
right.
Can I
Listen.
share?
Okay,
Did
wait a
you
minute. Hold
see her?
on. Just
I'm
hold
sorry.
on.
I'm
She
sorry.
was moving. She was moving. She was
I was
moving.
like,
Yes,
she
she was.
did that
No, she
shit. Did you
moving.
see that?
I know I did.
Did you
I'm
see that?
I did, but I'm saying to myself, how she talking about she ain't moving? She over there moving. What the
She
hell? How
can't
that
see
go?
it. She can't see it. That's
That's
what
all
it is.
right. Okay, because so that's the part of the wealth consciousness. For us to be with people who can hold the space for your impossible dream until you can hold the space for yourself.
Ashe.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. And so, Evelyn, I want you to know, Mama Evelyn, I want you to know, we are holding the space for you until you can hold the space for yourself.
Amen.
Okay. And, oh, okay. Well, and wait a minute. And then I want you to know, I got my foot right on your back. Keep going forward. You going forward. Because I know there's a part of you that when we get together, you ain't gonna want to go. You gonna hate me. You ain't gonna, I don't care, because who I am is I bust down doors. Ask some of these people, they know. And I do drive-bys. I do drive-bys too. I do drive-by hugs and I do drive-by kick asses too. So I do both of those. Just so you know what we about to deal with, right? In terms of us getting who you are. That's one of my superpowers. I know who you are. I see you. Right? And I keep going for that I see that you are, that you don't know that you are until you can know that that's who you are. Can you get that? Right?
And you
And
know,
let go ahead.
say, Mama Evelyn, I don't know, this came to me and I said, let me just say it. If you want a partner or someone to, even like me, if you want to, when I read a book or something and you want to go over it together or read just a little excerpt, not everything, but just tag team on some stuff, that's what we here for,
Ashe. I want to say that also that Mama Evelyn, you are not alone in that thinking. And for me, this is what I had to I didn't fight with it or nothing, but I looked at that, like what you said about people reading a lot. I've never been a reader. Even as a child, I didn't read a lot. I like to listen and hear and see. And so I think about where I'm at right now in leadership, right? I mean, I've always been a leader, but in this case, I look at Reverend Omani, you know, people who are, you know, I look at Bridget and other people who, Mama Head, who researches everything. And I said, I have all these people around me that do all these things, right? Even you, I can't do the art like you do it. I do it like I do it, right? And all the expertise and all the beauty that everybody brings to the table. My job, this is what the Spirit told me, my job, and it goes right, I create the space and the opportunities for people to express and experience their full self-expression and get paid. So God will bring, and as you have seen since the beginning, because you've been here since the beginning, right? Whatever is next for us to learn, God provides it. It is not me that has to provide it. God remove somebody else, and that's not a negative. You know, they're going on with what they have to do, and then the next phase that we need to go through steps in.
Yes.
So I must be comfortable and at peace with my part and diligently turn the Zoom on.
Yeah.
Right, and then learn. You know, I said, okay, well, I write down the books that they keep talking about, and I have a lot of books, and because of me moving a lot, my books are packed and stuff like that. And then I'll remember, oh yeah, that's in this ... But right now, in this moment, this is what I'm supposed to do, and it lines up with what I said I was going to do when I came to Earth. I'm going to turn the Zoom on at 8 o'clock right now, right? And then all those other things that I need in listening to the Holy Spirit and being obedient, then I'll grab this book, or I will do this, that, and the other. So giving yourself grace.
Yes, yes.
Grace. And God will provide all other things that we need, because we can't change the past at all. All we can do is be present right now, and that God does not hold us accountable, you know, in the sense of, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that and somebody else is doing this, but just be appreciative of when that information comes or those opportunities come. But I am okay. And then what I bring as far as inspiration, as far as knowledge, that is what I bring. And sometimes I know when I'm rambling and stuff, I'm like, shut up, Sheila, you just rambling and stuff. And it ain't feeding nobody, you know. It's just what it is. You are such an inspiration to me. Like I've told you many times, I look for you to be in that seat. There's that sister that like in church, you know, there's that sister so-and-so, she's not here. Oh my God. And so all of it, and that is just as big as Reverend Omani pouring out all that information.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I want to share. You have anything else you want to share behind what we've said to you? And Reverend Omani, you want to come behind that, or we'll go to...
Yeah, let me just say something about what you said, where Mama Evelyn needs to look too. So even last night in doing this, right, who you've been from the beginning is, because there's a exercise, and we'll do it at some point, 0 to 7. Whoever you were at 0 to 7, whatever you encountered from the time you were born, 0 to 7, is what you're here to heal now, right? So or what you're to become or deal with now, right? And so the thing that I have been fighting is being the leader, right? I'm a minister. How did I ever say that? You don't know how many arguments I've had with God about when did I say I wanted to be a minister? I didn't say that. Right. But it's like God was like, but you said, I'm like, but that's you said. I didn't say that. So it's been an argument about me taking on leadership as a minister. Right. But when I really look at my life, I've been a leader my whole life.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
My whole life I've been a leader.
Mhm.
Right. It's like I always had to get for gab. I was Chatty Cathy as a little girl. My mom would be like, Chatty Cathy, could you stop asking me so many questions? Could you just stop talking just for about 5 minutes? Just stop talking, right? I've always been that. And so it's ridiculous at this point in the game for me to fight that I am.
right.
Yeah.
How ridiculous is that? Right? And so I'm doing this thing called reclaiming my time that I done wasted, right? And we can't reclaim our time. Mount Evelyn, we're gonna reclaim our time. Because once we come into the realization that what we've been doing all this time has got in our way and taken from us, I'm reclaiming my time, and I waste my time being mad with people, hating on them, gossiping and all that. I reclaim my time for all of that. I'm 20 years younger already.
All right. Yeah, righty.
You know, just reclaim your time on that. Right? Because you're gonna know when it's all good. Okay. But now we're gonna keep it moving. Evelyn, anything else for you to say? Because we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay, no, just that, gossip is a useless conversation. I don't
Yes.
stop.
Yeah. But I mean,
No.
just like, listen, girl, I'm one of them ones, I get all the gossip. Right. I don't go looking for it. It come to, girl, let me tell you what happened. I get that all the time. Like even right now to the day, people go, how you find that out? Because people just come and tell me because I'm the space to know. So, but not that I entertain gossip, I don't do that, like that kind of vicious gossip with people, but I call it information coming to me. And information comes to me. Okay. Right. It's like spirit wants me to know. So like that. All right. Okay. So we just started talking about power and we got lit up. Okay. Okay. So let's go for a little further, right? So now we're looking at going from what we've already known success is and how we've already won traditionally the game of life or feel about the ways we've won in life. We're going to actually start to look at transcending. Like if you were ever psychologically troubled, we've learned how to transcend those troubles and apply them as a springboard for success. Like bad things have happened to us, but we're able to turn those things into success. We have developed fruitful strategies all through our lives for achieving what we want and what we think is right. So Mama Evelyn, and that's just not just Mama Evelyn, she just been straight about it. All the times that we failed, we turned that stuff around so it could be work for us some kind of way and that we can keep on living. So things have been happening, but we still turned them around. And now, guess what? At whatever point you are, whatever age you are, you know that there's more to life than this, right? You want to achieve something else more meaningful beyond where you are now, right? Whatever that is, and however you want to define that, right? And you want to like reshape your life some in a different kind of way. So whatever that is, it's a calling for a better world. Because we want to leave the world better than what we found it when we got here. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Okay. And so if there's something there's something we desire to accomplish in our lives or in our work or in the world that is currently not possible, it doesn't seem as if it's possible. And the more experience that we've gained in the world and the more we've learned exactly how impossible it is to achieve what we really want, we know that it can't be done or it can't be done by us at this time. But if we could, we would invest ourselves in attaining it with all our heart, because we know for sure anything that you do with all your heart, it happens.
Mhm. Mhm.
Anything you go, that's it. And you put all your heart into it. Like Takrisha, I know she put all her heart and soul into her kid and getting that right. Like
Yeah.
I know Star putting all her soul, heart and soul into being in communication with God and fulfilling on God's vision. I know that for sure. Juanita is into healing and being whole, and y'all need to eat this smoothie now.
That's true. That's right.
Right? Like, you know, I've been around you guys. Mama had it's like everybody go be in touch with their little girl and play with her. Everybody clear about that, right?
Right.
Right. So there's this one poem in here, and I like to read. It's from Lawrence of Arabia. He says, "Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake in the day to find all that was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous people, for they may act their dreams with their eyes wide open and make their dreams possible."
Mhm.
Don't forget to daydream. Take time to daydream. You know how as a kid you daydream all the time, but as an adult you stop daydreaming.
Right.
Daydreamers are, yeah. Take some time today and just daydream. How would you like for it to be? So now we're going to move beyond power. We're going to move beyond power, like to another realm of possibility when it comes to power. Power to make something impossible happen is very sophisticated form of power. It is completely different from the forms of power that most people have even successful people have learned. It bears no relationship to authority, which is the ability to compel things to happen. We're going to make it happen, right? By virtue of your position, you know, that's that kind of power of authority, right? It has nothing to do with competence, being competent, the ability to fix problems and perform effectively. You don't have to be competent to be powerful. This is beyond that. And it does not require influence, the ability to get people to do what you want through some soft power methods of nurturing, decentralizing, and mentoring. This is power beyond all of that. And this is an advanced level of power, as the ability to take something that you believe can never come to pass, declare it as a possibility, and then move that possibility into a tangible reality. This is the kind of power we're talking about. It's not there now, but because of your stand and your direct declaration and your intention, it will be there. Right? Okay, and we've had lots of examples of that in society. Mastering this power gives you the capacity to act without being constrained by your habitual habits, your habitual ways of thinking from the past. Whatever history you may have, no matter what your heritage of your culture is, it allows you to act without feeling dependent on your circumstances or your history. You don't have to wait. I don't have the money now. What I'm gonna do, I'll do it next time. You don't have to wait. In other words, for events to align in your favor. So this is the kind of power we're going to examine right here. Power to make the impossible happen is the only lasting type of power. Authority is bestowed upon you by others. It cannot be taken away, and it cannot be lost. So this is restoring you to power that nobody could ever take from you. Because even when I lost everything, I still was walking in power. People was like, now she ain't got nothing. Why is she walking around like she got everything? They was like, my friends were saying to me, you're not the queen right now.
You felt like the queen though.
Because I could still walk in my power because I had access to this.
Yeah.
Right.
My power was a function of women. I had a circumstance that my circumstances had nothing to do with my power.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, so that's what I knew. And so I could still continue to walk in power. I had a circumstance didn't have me.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And so I just kept walking it out. I kept walking it out. Right. Competency is earned by producing results, and it is lost when you stop producing a result. So, you know, I'm a result producer and I produce results. This because I wasn't producing results, that didn't mean I didn't have no power. That didn't mean that. That means I just wasn't producing the results at this time and I had to work some things out. But that's not how we look at it. When we start to make ourselves small. We start to make ourselves, what's wrong with me? You know, wait, what's the next one? I must be stupid or something. For a long time, when I wasn't walking in my power, I just walked around with an L on top of my hair. Loser. Who loses everything at 50 years old? Loser. Right. And I had to really get, no, I'm not a loser. Right. So fortunately, this power can be acquired by anyone and everyone who is committed to something in their life that currently doesn't seem that's possible. But you have to be willing to reinvent, to recreate yourself, to accomplish it. When you acquire this power, you can operate from a quality of integrity that frees you to take your risks and actions necessary to change the world. Okay, what y'all hear? What's there?
Oh, let's see here. You know, I was thinking about how to get, for me, I'm speaking personally,
Okay.
to get access to my power, I had to step back a minute and realize that with my children, I have 2 sons. My oldest son, I'm gonna give you this example, but it really has played an important part in my life. He was interested in this young lady who I did not feel was the one for him or good for him or what, however you put it. But you know what? It caused a rift between me and my son to the point where he had to tell me to step back. And I was like, you know, I stepped back. I said, let him go and do what he gonna do. But it gave me much more freedom for myself to let it go. And so he ended up, you know, leaving that girl, which was great. But here, you know, that example of being able to step back has really proven to be a good guideline for me in my life. You know, when I have no control over what's going on, you know, I can gain my power, keep my power by stepping back and letting go. So that's been a great benefit for me. Yes.
Very powerful what you just said too. And can I just offer you a suggestion? How old is your
Yes.
son?
My son now is 22.
Okay, good. Can I just say he's not a child no more?
Yeah, well, this was back in the day though. When that happened, he was only 17. So
Still, he's not a child. 17, you a young adult.
right.
Right. And so it's like, I just want to say this because it's Black mamas on here with kids. Your kids
Yes.
be 30 years old and you be talking about my children. And, you know, you have to rise with them. Right. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like mothers, Black mothers, maybe some other kind of mothers, but I know about the Black mothers, you
Right.
know, when mothers are human mothers are the only ones who hold on to their kids and still call them children till, you know, no matter what age, you'll always be my child. I don't care how old you get, you know what I mean?
Right.
Every other animal in the animal kingdom, when that baby bird get a certain kind of age, that mama don't bring in no food no more. And if it don't jump out that nest and start to flying, it'll just be in that nest because the mama gone building her another nest.
Right.
Every other, the mama duck start walking. If the mother baby ducks, they don't come, they just be left there. She don't be coming trying to get them not get in the water. She just jump in the water. And if they got sense and want to follow her, they jump in the water.
Right.
So that's just it. That's just how they go, right? So it's like when I hear us saying, particularly Black women saying my children, it's like but they grown kids, right? And even as a 17-year-old, they're a young adult, right?
Right.
You know, what I just want to say to moms is if you really, really got your kids, you don't, by the time they get 8, 10 years old, you done gave them everything that they could possibly get. Cause after that, all they doing is testing what you gave them. At 17, a 17-year-old is going to testing what you have told them up until that point, if it's true or not. Now, even though he told you to step back, you were still in his ear, and that's how come that girl ain't in his life no more.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, because
Thank you.
yeah,
I
you're not,
appreciate
you. I already know you're a good mom and all over it. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying.
I have to step in and show you this.
Okay.
Because we laugh. I put this on the wall on my picture. It says, now my mom, we went to see Philip's mom, right? And I was in my 50s, at least 55 or so. So if she gets up, she's seven-day Adventist, she gets up Saturday morning and she going to church and she leaves this message. Dear children, please fix you some breakfast, whatever. Love you, Mom. So even the other day, I said, I love this. Dear children,
Still children. You know what I'm saying?
old.
Yeah, okay. She's 55, but she's still the baby. Okay. But
you guys are still my children.
My children, right? Yes. Right. I think I think one of the things I like for the Elizabeth to do is to create a program that's a rites of passage, because I think that's what happens with our young people. We never have a rites of passage. At 13, you are now no longer a kid. You're this, most other cultures have a coming of age ceremony where you cross over, and what you did as a child, you no longer can do. And so I think that's missing in the Black community, us having a rites of passage for our kids. But going back to
I just wanted to say I was
Say.
able to provide that for my daughter.
Yes, it makes a difference, didn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it does make a difference. So Deirdre, but what you were saying before about relinquishing the power, that's the next piece in this. In fact, your power stems from the absence of control.
Wow.
You know that the more you try for a specific outcome, the smaller the result will be. Instead of needing to anticipate and direct the outcome of events ahead of time, you accept events as they come. Right? Okay. And it talks about here, the most inspiring legendary leaders we know have one thing in common. They have made the impossible happen. This aspect of their lives, not any position they may have held. Right? Who were those people? The Wright brothers. You can't produce nothing that's gonna fly no plane. The Wright brothers, legendary, right? Mahatma Gandhi kicking the English out of India. Right. It's like, I'm not eating nothing else until the English leave. And they left. Right. Rosa Parks. I'm not going to the back of the bus, period. I'm done. I'm tired and I'm not doing it. Change the whole trajectory of everything. Right. And there have been others who, especially in the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King, right, who have changed the trajectory because they just said, well, the impossible dream, to dream the impossible dream, right? So those are just Steve Jobs is another one, right? So those are the things. So if we're going to keep it moving, because let me see how much time we got. Okay, good. I'm gonna skip over all this other stuff because I want to talk about, oh my God, I don't want to skip over this, but I'm gonna have to because this is the part I want to talk about. Okay.
What are you reading from?
It's a book called The Last Word on Power.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because the biggest thing is, in be, do, and have, the way you are being is the source of your reality, which in turn is the source of your actions. When you alter the way you are being with effectiveness and competence, you gain the capacity to make the impossible into a reality. This can include a minor impossibility like getting through an impossible deadline, a major impossibility taking the lead in your industry. But who are you being? is the first question. It's not who are you doing? What, not who are you doing? No, I don't think you want to ask that. Okay. So who are you being is the source of your reality. So Mama Evelyn is a good example when it comes to like how you see yourself and how you see your life right now. If I was to say to you, Mama Evelyn, who are you being in the matter of your life right now? Who would you say you were being?
I am being transformed.
No, about 10 minutes ago, well, however long ago, you weren't being transformed. You was in like a little breakdown. So who were you being in that breakdown?
Oh, I was being a bully.
No, you weren't
To
bullying us.
myself.
Oh, being a bully to yourself?
Myself, yeah.
I don't get that it was
comparing what others have done to me, you know, yeah, what others are doing, comparing it to myself, I'm kind of bullying myself, not giving myself enough credit for what I have accomplished and what I have done.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so this is what I hear. So see if it fits it better, that you were being small compared to how you saw other people.
Yeah.
You were being smaller than us.
Being a cross current.
Well, the cross current is in there, but who she was being was small.
Being.
I'm not like y'all, and y'all did this, and y'all did that, and that's a come. I was like, okay, just cut that out. Just stop.
Right.
Right? Yeah, it was like she was less
Put the
than.
brakes on.
Yeah, I was like, and she was going for it too.
Yes.
She was getting ready to take a breath and get some more. I was like, don't
Yes,
and
she
listen,
was.
you're not gonna keep leave my mama Evelyn
I
alone.
know.
Whoever that is.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you guys. So in these classes, I know I'm gonna tap into something. Y'all can't run to people, hey, because who I am is the tears are okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the tears are okay. And let people get it out. We've been stuffing it for a long time. So let her cry it out. Let her get it out. Let her struggle to speak the words, right? Let her practice crying through the tears instead of swallowing them.
But
Right?
breathe though.
Yeah, you
Breathe.
got to.
You gotta breathe.
I love Mama Head. Mama Head say you can do all that, but she got to breathe. She got to breathe,
Because
Mama
I do that
Omani.
when you do that stuffing, and it's almost you turn into a bullfrog because this thing will blow up. It'll blow up. That gets real big. Like, oh, okay, breathe. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good visual.
That's how it
That's a
feels,
good
Mama Evelyn.
visual.
I was experiencing with you. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I was like, breathe. We gotta breathe. Cause when we cry like that, we all of this. You did like this, and I was like, blah.
Yeah, that's good.
And then she saw that punching bag, you know, that one that's long. And when she was coming back, she was like,
Yeah.
that's when Omani said, hold on.
Yes, hey, that's why I say, wait a minute, who is this talking about Mama Evelyn like this? I mean,
know,
I want her to get it out, but I was like, excuse me.
That's my mama Evelyn. What you mean?
I know,
Listen,
right?
I want her to come out, but I want her to come out and talk, but she not gonna frustrate Mama Evelyn. She can come out and say what she need to say, but I need her to come on out, not be stuck in there, got her all locked up and everything.
Don't worry. I got her.
You got it.
I know you do, Mama.
I know
but I
y'all
just
was
like,
jumping.
brave, damn it.
Y'all was jumping to her aid quickly. I had to go. Okay, hold on. We got this. Okay, y'all was like, hey, you all right? I was like, okay. So let's talk about this a little bit more because I don't even think. But see, that's gonna be my problem because I got a lot to say to y'all, but we got a little bit of time. But let me just get to this part. It says some people assume that being is a matter of feeling. Being is a matter of meditation or passive reflection. Nothing could be further away from the truth. The way you are being is the source of your reality, which in turn is the source of your actions. So if you look around you, if I look around right now in my room right now, who am I being in the matter of my room? I'm being a little messy. I'm a little messy. I got empty chip bags. Right, my dishes from dinner last night, right? So I'm a little messy. That's who I'm being, right? So just, you can just look around, you know, in your life and what's going on in your life and what you're dealing with. Who are you being right now? Who can tell me who they being? If you look around in your life and what you up to and what you're dealing with, who you being right now in the matter. And you can pick any area that you would like. It could be your business, it could be personal, it could be your self-care, it could be in what area. Who are you being? When
You
it
know,
comes,
for me, I'm order. And maybe that just comes with just who I am. But one thing, when you talked, I realized that we are all connected. If you're being messy, there's some place that I can relate to that messiness, so I can't even judge you or anything, because I know about that messy. I've been there. I'm not that now, but
yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah. But look, in your life, there's a place in your life that you're dealing with something and where you don't feel like you have all the power you want, or you on top of your game like you want to. That's what I want to talk about. Who you being there, Deidre.
Okay, well, being a caretaker, that's
Okay,
where I
good.
am now. And that's new for me. I don't know what's coming and going, and it's changing every day. And so,
And
yeah.
so who you being in that area right now?
In that area, I'm being, I think I'm just being an observer for now. I'm just observing and trying to learn. I'm being a learner, I guess.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
So you heard that, try and squeeze. I put, yeah, okay. So you're being a learner. Okay, good. Give me another area where you, like, I want you to really pick a place where if you switch your way of being.
I'm gonna make what you said pretty. Okay. You said what was you saying? You said messy.
Messy.
I'm gonna be dignified and say I'm being unorganized.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay, so that is so great, Queen Aduni, because who I am is I go straight to the root of the matter. Right? I don't try to pretty my stuff up, because guess what? It's a weed. It is a weed. It'll be up. If I talk about I'm disorganized, that's a weed, and it'll be up again tomorrow, and I'll be disorganized tomorrow. But if I go to I'm messy and I cut that bad boy, then at least I get a whole month, a whole week of the room being clean. You understand?
Okay,
I gotta get down and dirty. I can't be nicey nice. And okay, so Mama Head.
So I was creatively messy last night. And when I went to the restroom and came back, I was like, damn, it looked like a yarn fight happened in here. But I cleaned it up then, and I tightened it back up and put it back together. But then I also say that I'm busy. To me, messy is busy because I'm in and out of the house. Because Haru said, your room don't get tore up until you start running the street. You come in, change clothes, go out, come back, change clothes, and then you get the clothes monster.
Yeah.
But I swear I thought you was looking in my room. You was talking about you got your dish from last. I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah, and I can't tell you how many books on the bed trying to figure out what I was going to talk about today. Is it this book? Is it this? Look, see, okay, look, see. Okay, there you go. So, Deidre, you was right. We all that messy thing. Okay, somebody else. Tell me some area of their life they can look at and go, okay, I'm being what in this area. That's the source of your reality and how you're seeing it. Anybody else want to say? No?
I want to say I'm creatively purging and organizing.
Okay, good. Okay, now that's the nice thing you want to say to us, but how do you really feel about it? Who you being?
Oh, this is a shit show.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mama Evelyn. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love that tickled. Even though it is what it is, it tickled. Dang, Mama Evelyn, don't fall out the chair now. I see you lean all over there. Be careful.
I got an armrest. I ain't gonna fall.
That is so perfect, right? Right? That is so perfect, right?
Woo.
So, okay, so let me see. It's difficult to realize in the environment of that your language, what you're saying about it. If you say it's a shit show, that's what it's gonna be. It's a shit show. If you say who I'm being is messy, then what's gonna be here is messy. Whatever I'm saying about it. If you're saying that you're an observer in your healthcare, that's who you're gonna be about it. I'm being an observer, right? And being like me being messy, is that going to help him do an impossible dream? No. A shit show? No. Those ways of being won't get us where we're trying to get to. And okay, do y'all get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, yes.
Okay, so it's difficult to realize in particular environments that language, that your actions are always the expression of some overall way of being unknown to you, of which you will and decisions are just a part. So what you're saying about it is giving you your actions about it. You have to have inspired speaking to give inspired action. Inspired speaking gives inspired action. Does that make sense? To alter the way you are being, you must engage with your context. The context is decisive. The context. So who I am is organized and full of life. Then what's anything inside of that, including my bedroom, would be organized and look lively. The context. So if you got to think of a circle in your head, a circle. The context is the circle. What's inside of the circle is going to determine the actions. Right? If who I am is organized and full of life, if inside of that I got a messy bedroom, that messy bedroom got to go.
Right, right.
Because the context is decisive. So can y'all see how that would make a difference in how you're speaking it? Just like it's the same thing if when we're saying trying. I'm trying, that's the context. So you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to clean up the room, you're trying, to do, the context is I'm trying. So then that's how come it doesn't work, because there's no trying. You're either doing it or you're not.
Right.
There's no trying. There's no such thing. You're either doing it or you're not. Right?
Mama, would you ever in any plays? Because you was
That word just running through my soul. I just it's running through my soul. Good job.
So the question
is, it's rubbed off on the rest of us too. It's rubbed off.
That's true.
With
It
other
really
people
is
using
true.
that word, other people using that word, even when listening to other speeches and stuff, that word, you like, oh, you cringe every time someone says it.
We feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
So this piece, because I know we're coming out of time. So this piece has to do with ontology. Some of y'all, I know y'all like words, ontology. If you look up the word ontology, ontology is the art and science of who you are being.
Oh, cool.
Can you spell that?
O-N-T-O-L-O-G-Y, ontology. O-N-T-O-L-O-G-Y, ontology.
The science of who we're being.
The art and science of who you are being. So you can ask yourself throughout the day, who am I being right now? Because most of us are not in touch with who you are being. So write down the question and put it in front of you and put it somewhere you can see it. Who am I being right now?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that will make a huge difference, because that'll let you know if who you're being is a way of being that will get the job done that you're trying to get done now.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
If in caregiving, you've been an observer, but we need you to be in action because mama needs some help. You be an observer, that ain't gonna quite work.
That's right. You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
So you might want to come up with a more powerful context to operate with being a caregiver.
Okay.
Okay. You could be attentive and alert. You could be right. There's other powerful words that you can be. Right? So that's the part about the being. Who are you being? And so the only way you get access to being is through language. That's how come
Okay.
that's how I can coach people. They're like, you don't know me. I don't have to know you. All I gotta do is listen to what you're saying.
Right.
Because what you're saying is telling me everything about who you be.
Okay.
What you're saying tells me everything about who you be. If you say I'm trying to get my business together, okay, that tells me a whole volume of things. If you tell me I'm trying to get my
Right.
business together, I know a whole lot about you right there.
Exactly.
Right? I can tell by the words you use
Yes.
who you're being. Right? So that part.
Mhm.
So what you have to do is learn to uncover the concealed aspects of your conversation and learn to engage in different and new kinds of conversations. You can alter the way you are being, which in turn alters what's possible. If you alter the way you're being by listening to what you're saying, is that way of being going to get you what you got to have? No. Okay, then you need to alter that and create a new conversation that's going to bring forth, because it'll bring forth. Listen, that's the thing about languaging. Language does not come back void. Whatever you're saying, when you put something out there, it comes back. Whatever you're saying, your words do not come back void. If you knew that everything that you said, you would create it. The only way God is saving us is that it's not like that. It gives it time for it to come back to you. Because if you said elephant and an elephant showed up, you'd be like, what?
Exactly. Right.
Right? So your words don't come back to you void. They may take some time and they may come back at an inopportune moment or an opportune moment, but so you got to be careful of what you're speaking.
Right.
And your
Yes.
speaking will determine your getting and your being, your doing and your having. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there because it's 9:41. And did I get to everything I wanted to say? Okay, I want to do 2 poems. I'm gonna do 2 poems. If I don't manage to fly, someone else will. The spirit wants only that there be flying. As for who happens to do it, in that he has only a passing interest. Spirit only has a passing interest in who does it.
Yeah,
But spirit will make sure that it gets done.
and it gets done. Oh,
Right? And then the other poem I want to read, hold on. I got the essence, like the meaty part of what I want to say, and we'll get down to deeper details later. But this is a poem by George Bernard Shaw, and it says this: this is the true joy of life, the being recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being thoroughly worn out before you are thrown to the scrap heap, the being a force of nature, instead of a feverish, selfish little clog of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community. And as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch, which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make sure it burns as brightly as possible before handing it over to future generations.
What's the name of that poem?
Doesn't have a name, it's just by George Bernard Shaw.
Oh, okay, thanks.
All right, so do we have any announcements or anything? Because we can end with discussion because it is now 9:43. So that's all I'm gonna say for today. What do you guys left with out of this conversation is what I want to say.
read that first one.
If I don't manage to fly, someone else will. The spirit wants only that there be flying. As for who happens to do it, in that spirit has only a passing interest.
Wow. Yeah, I was just wondering as a question, how many things have we had given to us, assignments or thoughts that we didn't do anything about, and then we see it through someone else that they did it.
I can't tell you how many I've seen that happen. I've seen it over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it too.
I can't think of.
I've had it been like, but that's my idea, but I didn't act on it. I didn't act on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was a perfect example of that in the book Big Magic, the one that the woman Elizabeth Gilbert, the one that wrote
Yes.
Pray Love. Did you read
Yes.
it? Did you read that one, Reverend Omani? So if you
Hold on.
well, while she's getting it, she probably remembers that part. And tell me if you
Hold on.
remember that part. Yes, oh, yes, real
Listen.
get that book. Yes, of course, so great.
Yes.
But in
Yes.
that, remember in that book when she said she sat down with a friend of hers who's a writer and they were eating lunch and she kissed her, hugged her, kissed her. And then the woman said, so what are you up to? And, Elizabeth Gilbert said, what are you up to? And the woman said to Elizabeth Gilbert, this book, she told her about this book that she was writing. That was the same exact book that she was going to write like a year ago, but she didn't. And she said, it was, and she said, she knows she didn't steal or whatever, the idea. She said, but it must have been transferred to her in the kiss. Like when she hugged her. But basically that's an example. What you just said, it's like the ideas go out there, it's either
Yes.
I'm going to give it to somebody, it's going to be drawn
Yes.
down from someone else.
Yes.
Or this person or that person, but it's just
Yes.
the idea is impersonal.
Yes.
Yeah. When they talk about original, I was the only one, I was the first one. That you only know who you know, right? And you're going to say, I was the first one, I was the only one. And when they talk about, there's a technique called the sister locks, which are locks, what I have. And I've heard people say, I did that a long time ago. I know somebody else, they the one that first started that. I said, yeah, but Joanne took it and made a business out of it. And she documented it and she went further with it so that she made it popular. Nobody knows who you are because you didn't do anything with it.
Yes.
You didn't do anything with it,
Yes.
So yeah, and so when I hear people say they're the first one, I'm like, everybody in the world.
Right.
I'm the only one. How come I'm the only one? Really? You're the only one?
Yeah.
But like when it said I just need somebody to fly. I'm not
Yeah.
Holy Spirit's not attached.
Who flies?
I just need for it to, I need to fly. I need somebody to do it.
Okay,
I saw when I was a little girl, literally, I saw the perms. I was still a child. I saw the relaxers. I saw it very vividly. I didn't know what to do with it. I was young. I was really young, but I saw it. So the ideas come to a lot different people or different aspects of those things. Yeah. But yeah.
All right. Anybody else? What'd you get out of the day? What you taking away from the conversation?
There are two things. First one is when we were, talking about parenting, and I was telling a friend of mine, her children are all grown now. They're in their 20s, but they're all grown. And I said, well, you don't have to be concerned about them because, that scripture that says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from. Because when you know the seeds that you placed in them, they might look like they're going mad and crazy. However, they remember when they need to what you said.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
So if you know what you put in them, they'll use it when they need to. The second thing is, and us talking about being, that scripture that says, where Jesus says, greater things than these will you do.
Mhm.
God told me that's not what he said. He didn't say do, he said be.
Yes. Yes.
I'm complete.
That's so awesome. Thank you. Anybody else?
You. For me, I'm leaving with tangibles. Tangibles, I mean that there are things that we have shared that I can actually apply to my life on a daily basis going forward. And that means a lot to me. You know, I can leave the conversation and know that it's some things I can do. So thank you. I'm leaving
Okay.
with that.
Okay, good. Awesome. Things you can apply to your life. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to ask you right now, Deidre, who you being? Who are you being right now?
I am being attentive. I am being perceptive. I am being a listener. I am listening. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so listen, when you pick a ways of being, pick 3. 3 is the magic number. So those are your
All
3.
right. Sounds
So
good.
just focus on,
Sounds good.
focus on no matter what happens today, keep being those 3 things. Because as you go through your day and things get a little hectic for you, one of those 3 things will be missing.
Okay. All right.
Okay, if you
Okay.
apply, oh, I need to listen right now. And you start listening, all of a sudden something will open up.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool. Anybody else? Okay, I'd like to hear from Ebony. Ebony, where are you? Is she there?
Yes,
Hey,
here I am.
Ebony, what you,
Hi.
are you at work?
She's at
Um,
work.
what
Can you-
what I am receiving from this message is just the it's time to release control and walk in the trusted faith.
Okay, come on. All right. Okay, I'd like to see how that works out for you. So let
Yes,
us
and
know
it's
when
gonna
you.
start with parenting first.
Yeah, yeah, and stop calling your kids children. They little people.
Yes,
And they
my
real,
young
and
man
they,
is 15 and it's time for the bird to fly.
yep. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, and watch. You go home and tell them, you know what? I'm just gonna let you fly, and I'm just gonna be your consultant. You see how close they get up under you then. They trying to get you away from
Mhm.
them now. But tell them you know
Right.
what? I'm just gonna be the consultant. So let me know when you need something. And if I can, if you watch what happened, they'll be like, Ma.
Right.
And that's something I'm in my consultant season actually. That's amazing you said that word because that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
energy I've been feeling all year.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep. That's so it applies to them young people too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Reverend Omani, you need to write a book about being a consulting parent.
Yes. I got a couple of friends though that they have written some powerful books about parenting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So parenting is not my forte because I don't have no kids. So that but I've watched the kids. But I'm the greatest auntie in the whole wide world. All the kids want to hang out with me because I give them freedom to be.
I say the same thing.
Yeah, I give them freedom to be. You know, I take the kids. I used to have 15, 16 kids at my house at one time. They were all from 2 to, okay, this is so wild. I would give my friends who had kids, I would give them the weekend and I would take all their kids so they could have the weekend free. So I had 15, 16 kids at my house from like 2, 3 to like 15, 16, 17. I would have some 16 and 17-year-olds there. I would leave my house, go party, go to the club, leave the 16 and 17-year-olds in charge
Mm-hmm.
and still go have a good time and come back. Girl, I came back one time and they had a popcorn fight in the house.
Ooh.
Popcorn was
Everywhere.
everywhere. Wait a minute, 4 months. I'd pull up the cushion on the couch, popcorn coming out. I'd move the couch to, back and behind there, popcorn coming out. It was like popcorn everywhere.
I
It's one of
know
my
it.
Was
memories.
it cooked?
Yeah, one of my babies, he ain't not my baby no more, but he like 30 something now. He's like, Auntie Gwen, one of my fondest memories is you carrying me on your back. And I could write him back, and you know what? You're the closest I ever came to having a kid. So we was cracking up about that yesterday.
Oh wow. Hmm.
Yeah, but kids I've mentored, they're 50 now. I can't even believe it.
Mhm.
Some of my kids, they were 10 years old when I met them. They're 50 now. I'm going 50? You a grandma? No, you're not a great grandma. It's like, wow, you actually really get to see, who
Yes.
you poured into and who they become. So it's pretty amazing.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. So wait a minute, y'all. Let's talk about this. Wait a minute. So I love that. I left a few minutes. What about Mama Ayaba being on the train, on the boat?
Oh, that was lovely. I loved it.
She was on the
Truly.
boat. Queen Adoni on the boat. No, she's not on the boat, but I saw her. I put a thing on your
Yeah.
thing. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to do this TikTok. I was like, go do some squeezes. You wrong now. Trying to get away with doing something on TikTok. I see
So,
you.
what we had in our enrichment training this past Tuesday, we focused nothing on but TikTok. Jacqueline was there. She got her account set up. Mama Evelyn, Queen Aduni, and Mama Ayaba. And I have to say, they did an excellent job. They just did it. And what is it? I do have the recording because somehow I end up being the host in the recording. So I'm gonna post the recording later on this afternoon. So if you didn't make the class, you can go and follow through with the recording. But I got them on the train because that's the quickest way of actually getting followers right now to get to the point to go live on TikTok. And since we're getting ready to start pushing the promoting of the Elizabeth Visionary Conference, social media is the easiest way of actually doing that. So I'm the doula, I'm the pusher, I'm pushing everybody to get themselves out there to not just only promote Elizabeth Conference, but promote yourself. And then Queen Aduni just went ahead of the class and decided to do her own thing, which got like almost 20 comments of encouragement from women that she just met last week. So I encourage everybody to get on the Black Girl Follow train. If I need to redo the class, let me know. I got some time today, tomorrow, Saturday to redo it. I was actually able to hook up my phone to the Zoom so you can see my phone and follow through with everything. But I love my elders. I love seeing my elders get on because we need your, like I said, we need your knowledge on there. So I'm the culprit. I'm the one that did it. And like I said, I'll post a video up by 2:00 today.
Okay, thank you, Danielle.
Awesome. Good job. I was cracking up. Mama Yaba on the boat. I was like, oh Lord, here we go.
And that's the response.
She
That's
wanted
the
to take it
whole point.
over.
If she got you laughing, imagine how many other people, women her age, are watching that and getting encouraged and inspired and uplifted. That's the whole point. And like this message right here, we need to get it out there. So that's what we're here for. That's the exact what is it? Response.
Yes.
Response that we wanted. So yeah, we on this. We want everybody needs to go to the Black Girl Follow train is still trending. So in order to get that 1,000 followers quick, that a video like that is the easiest way of actually attracting your audience.
Okay.
Great. All right, great. Can I ask one question, Bridget? What are you taking away from what is this called? It's not a class. It's a what are you taking away from today? Conversation. Thank you, Deirdre.
Conversation.
What are you taking away from the conversation today?
The power of words. It was a reminder.
Yes, yes.
It's something I've always walked with.
Yes.
Been very conscious of
Okay.
the power of your words.
Yes.
But sometimes you slip and you forget.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you fall back into, or not even fall back into old habits.
Mm-hmm.
As things happen in your life and you go through things, you kind of change a bit, but you can rechange that back. So the power of my words to produce and to take me where I want to go, speaking that, into life.
Okay.
And what I take, the three things that I take from it today is that I'm a learner.
Yes.
I am receiving and trust.
Okay, good. Now my question is, we got a new question. Who you being?
Oh.
It's a new question.
New question.
Who you being? Who you being right now? Or who you need to be today to get your day done in a powerful way? Who do you need to be?
I need to be active.
Okay,
And I need to be active.
it's 3 of them. Active, what else?
I need to be active, focused,
Okay,
and determined.
okay, good. Those are your 3. Those are your 3 for the day. Anytime you feel like you wavering, look at one of those 3, see which one is missing and put it in, and you'll be right back on target. And
Okay.
that's our access to it. Mama Head, I saw you saw B, that's what you taking away, but you gonna be what? You gonna be all over the place?
Gonna be active, be open to new information, and intentional. Be
Okay,
intentional.
active, open, and intentional.
Mhm.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, Jackie, who you gonna be today?
I see your response already. I'm gonna be peace, love, and joy. You're like, oh Lord, here she go. She always
I
peace,
love,
love, and joy.
I love it. I love it. Just wait a minute, Jackie. In my world, you can keep it right there. Juanita, who you gonna be today? Okay, Evelyn, who you gonna be today?
I'm going to be productive. I'm going to be mindful of my words and how I speak and how I think. And I'm going to be loving.
Oh, you got it. I was like, she need to be loving, loving, loving. Yay, you got it. Loving, loving. You need to love up on yourself. I love it. Bye, Mama Hat. Love you. Okay, can we give ourselves hugs? Because we about to go, Sheila, so we can end on time. We giving ourselves some hugs.
Let's hug on ourselves, kiss ourselves.
Thank you, guys.
And hug the world.
Hug the world. Love the
And
world.
sprinkle all
Everybody
the
get a
goodness and love and
hug.
peace and joy and happiness and health and wealth and all that stuff. And I love you. We will see you in the AM and the grand
Morning.
rising of Friday. Me and Lolly and Danny, and make it fun. Miff it today.
Okay, Miff it. All right, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for your listening today.
Thank you for teaching us.
Thank you.